Hi friend, I'm Pastor Sharon Motley with International Covenant Connections Fellowship. I'm here today to share Leadership Tips 101. Stay tuned. Hi friend, I'm Pastor Sharon Motley with ICCF.US, that's International Covenant Connections Fellowship. We're here as a group that try to help you build your ministry, what God has given you as a vision so that you can grow strong in the things of the Lord and in your church. Today I want to talk to you about just some leadership tips, random thoughts, things that'll help you in the ministry. Number one, you've got to cast down the spirit of comparison. You know, the enemy, he'll come at you and he'll be like, see what they're doing down at the third church. Look what they're doing over at the First Pres. Come on, Second Baptist is down there doing that and they're growing. And if you're not careful, you'll get in this vein of trying to do what others do so that you'll grow like they're growing. You know, you've got to see yourself bigger than that. God has given you a vision. God has given you a plan. You're bigger. You're better. Go with the plan of God. Amen. People in your church, they may never see it. People in your church, God may have to bring outside people in. But know this one thing. Stop comparing yourself. Amen. The second thing you need to know, Pastor, is you're bigger than your church. God has given you such a big expansion, a big vision that people on the outside are going to have to help you. They're going to have to see the vision and help you. People on the inside of your church many times become familiar. You know, oh, that's just Brother Jojo and that's just Sister Susie Sue. And they will get so familiar, they won't run with the vision. I know this has happened to Pastor Bill and I, where people on the inside, they've been with you for a while and they just kind of get lackadaisical. And then all of a sudden, new people come in. What that does is it sparks a fire in the people that have been there, but then the new people will run with your vision. So don't get disheartened when that happens, when they become familiar. Just know that the vision on the inside of you is bigger than your church. Number three, know when to say no. You've got to create your own schedule. Just because you were invited doesn't mean you have to go. Just because you're expected doesn't mean you have to attend. You know, a lot of times people will put undue pressure on you. And the bigger you grow as a ministry, the least you're going to have to do in those areas because you'll be busy. You'll have to major on the major things and not on the minor things. You know, Exodus talks about Moses and Jethro and how he said, you know, you got this line of Jews outside your tent. You've got to do better. You can't keep handling every little thing. And he told them, put people in charge of thousands and hundreds and tens. Amen. Why? Because you can't handle every little thing. You should just handle the major things. So I'm telling you today, learn how to say no, learn how to say it respectfully, learn how to say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do that. I've got to preach tomorrow. You know, I've got other events I have to attend to that are major events. So I'm telling you, you still love them. You know, if it's a birthday, send them a card, send them a gift, whatever you need to do, still love them, but realize the bigger you get, you have to learn to say no. Number four, surround yourself with people that are sold out to the vision God gave you. Sometimes people are sold out to their own vision. You know, I'm going to start this and I'm going to do this and well, you know, the church has an outreach vision. Can you come and connect with us? No, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You know, I really don't need people like that. I need people who are committed to the church, who are committed to the vision that God has given that local people and that local sanctuary. So surround yourself with people that are sold out to what you're called to do. If they're not, give them the gift of bye-bye. Don't mean they're in error. Don't mean you're in error. Don't mean you don't love them. Don't mean you have to talk about them. Just say, I love you, but that's not where we're going. Amen. God put the vision in front of your eyes. You're the shepherd. You're the leader. Amen. And don't forget, Pastor, refresh the vision. Amen. There are times I go into meetings and I have to say, hey guys, let's just go back and say, what did God tell us to do? Let's go back and what's the vision God gave us? You know, and somebody might say, I don't know why I'm picking on outreach today, but they may say, well, I think we ought to go and give 10 cars away. Well, I mean, you know, we can't really give 10 cars away right now. So why don't we give bicycles away? You know, so refresh them of the vision that God gave you. God gave me a word not too long ago from a prophet that said, go more, do more, be more. Amen. You can do it when the vision is in front of you. And then number 5, good preaching doesn't grow churches. I'm telling you, I've seen good preachers in 20-member churches. I've seen preachers I wouldn't walk across the street to hear in 2,000 and 3,000 member churches. Good preaching doesn't grow churches. good leaders do. So it's really important, Pastor, as a leader, that you grow. Sometimes pastors will be like, I need to send all my leaders. But if your leaders grow and you don't grow, you won't grow together and stay ahead of them. And so you can't stay behind the 8 ball. You've got to be in front of them. So a good leader sets culture. A good leader promotes the vision and speaks the promise out. You've got to be constantly setting that culture and setting that vision. Amen. And then lastly, some people might leave your church, and it's not always because of you. It might not be because somebody did something to them. It might be because of them. I've had people and they left the church, and I thought, oh my goodness, did we offend them? Did something happen? And only to find out they were in sin. They didn't want us to know about it. They didn't want us to find out about it. You know, and preachers, you'll find people on the front row, then the third row, then the 8th row, then the 10th row, and then all of a sudden they'll be, it's a progression. I've seen it for years. We've been doing this thing, oh my goodness, over 30 years. I've seen probably almost anything you can think of, but sometimes people will leave your church, not because you did anything, but because they were doing something in sin. Now, say that's not the case. If something happened, don't be afraid. Call them. You know, hey, can I help you? Is something wrong? Sometimes it's just clarification. Sometimes people will leave, and then we feel so rejected, we don't reach back out and say, hey, is something okay? Is something wrong? What can I help you with? And they're like, well, you said such and such. And no, wait. You didn't hear the whole statement. I didn't hear that part. I know. That's why you have to hear the whole statement. Do you know? I ask a lot of questions. Do you know me? Yes. Do you know my heart? Yes. Then why would you think I would say that? Amen. And so then when we have communication, that tension is broken, that offense is broken, and then they're able to come back to the fold. Amen. The last thing, let me just say this. Sometimes people leave. They leave out of the order of God, or they leave out of the purpose of God. Don't talk about them. Don't slam the door shut. Keep that door open, because you may find yourself one day seeing them walk through the back doors, and God's restoring and God's bringing the kingdom back together. Amen. These are just a few leadership points that the Lord gave me today. I hope they've been a blessing to you. Why don't you like, share, comment, tag somebody, and let them know ICCF.us every week gives you leadership points. Amen. Join our YouTube page. Go to our website. Like us. Let us be a blessing to you. Then you can join a meeting close by you. All on the East Coast. We have meetings all up and down the East Coast. We want you to be a part of ICCF. No fees are required. Nothing. You can be part of the Church of God, the Baptist, doesn't matter. We're like a vitamin supplement. We want to help you and be a blessing to you. God bless you today. Until next time, victory belongs to you today.